What is going on YouTube? Justin Daz back here with the Utah State Dynasty here on EA College Football 25. Before we hop into gameplay, figured I would show you the stats around in conference, at least the Pac-12 term. Find out for Patrick Winfield for the rest of the country. But Maddox Mason, the redshirt junior, leads the conference in yardage. Braylon Dotson's right behind him, followed by Gabriel Johnson, who we just played last week, Jaden Medell, who we're facing this episode, John Meter, Manu, who we're facing in 2 games, Elijah Brown, AJ Duffy, Tyler Fernandez, who's hurt, and then Nico as well. But yeah, other than that, nothing too crazy. Touchdowns, Maddox, then Dotson, Medell, Zhang, and interceptions, Braylon Dotson, 1-9. So, not fantastic, but in terms of starters, he's the top one completion-wise. Rushing. Cottle by almost 100 and some yards, then Jaden Thompson, Cedric Irving, Gaines. Kobe Eugene is 5th in rushing, but he clears rushing touchdowns with 10. He's also up there for some of the most rushing touchdowns in the nation. So we got 2 of the top 4, 5 rushers, 2 of the top 5 rushers in the Pac-12. You'll love to see it. Receiving, Cameron Bates, followed by Shamar Arrington, who we will be facing today in this episode. As we take a look at his ratings, hands, he's pretty good hands-wise. Elusiveness, pretty good. Speed, I don't get why he has 12 touchdowns, but hey, it is what it is. In terms of catches, Moses is right there with him. And yeah, no, Bates, almost 800 yards, and Arrington, then Wells Jr., then Moses, Harris, Bolden, Liggins, Granger, Brooks, Plummer, a bunch of other guys. And Bates and Arrington are completely blowing it up. And then Moses not too far behind. Defense, tackling. We have Aaron Flowers leading the group, followed by Farrell, Chase Davis, Palia as well. Tackles for a loss, Hopkins completely blowing it out with 14. The next guy is 8, and then 7. Remember Dillon, putting up a great freshman year, 22 tackles. 7 of them are tackles for a loss. In terms of sacks, surprisingly, Hopkins is not the top guy. It's Rice with a W. And then Hopkins, followed by Lopez, Pinter, Fisher, Hill, a couple of other guys, Picks, Logan Palia. No surprise, we're one of the top teams. I think we're just ball hawks. Palia leads the conference, followed by Sweat, EJ Fisk, Javon, Tompkins, Flowers, Smith, and then Sidney, and then followed by Chase Davis, JD Drew, a couple of other guys as well. We look at defensive touchdowns, 1. None by us, but still. And a little side note, and this doesn't completely do, there's been coaches that have been there for a long time, but since the beginning of this dynasty, Marcus Brooks has the 4th highest wins behind Marcus Thornton, Auburn's head coach, Brian Burnside, who won a national title, and then Garrett Rodino. In terms of win percentage, he's not the highest up there, but still, it's impressive. So, there's that. Winning seasons, he only has 1. In terms of playoff experience, obviously, these two have won the national championship the last 2 years. 3 wins for Liam Dillon, and LeVar Ogden. Marcus Brooks and Charles Smith are the other 2 guys that have done it. Conference titles, obviously. I mean, Jackson Anderson has 2. Other than that, nothing super crazy. 22 guys drafted. I mean, just look at that. That's absolutely insane. We got a lot of work to do when it comes to that. I would also figured I would show you how the Mountain West is doing after we and UNLV left. Air Force is 6-1 and 25th in the nation. San Jose State's 5-2. Hawaii's 2-4, not good. Nevada's 3-3. Colorado State's 2-5. Wyoming's 2-5, and New Mexico is 2-5. So, yeah, I'm not that surprised, but still. You can see why Cameron Bates is absolutely dominating. He had 254 yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. So yeah, that makes sense. Take a look at the Pac-12. Obviously, those guys dominated. Hopkins, Moses did their thing. Not us, not us, not us, not us as well. Hopkins dominated. But yeah. So if you missed last episode, you missed the biggest commit in the series history. Fanu Akia, Phoenix, Arizona, 6'7", 315. The big Bahungalunga. I'm really excited for him. He is without a doubt going to be a starter. I'm excited to see him, how he plays. We also picked up Zach, which I'm leaning towards him being a pass rusher. But we'll take a look at some other guys. It seems like we're still kind of in it with Colorado for Roderick Beard, but it's slowly not going to be there. Damian Bobbert, it seems like we're going to lose him to Utah. We got Lyle Hart a couple weeks back. JoJo Keane, we need to lock him up relatively soon because Auburn's kind of creeping up. And, you know, he's from around there, so I really want to lock him up. Stan Hitchcock, seems like we're going to run away with him, which is absolutely huge. Henry, I don't think we're going to get him. Bob Paris is visiting this week. Hopefully we can get him to commit. Marco Fritas. Seems like we're the only one really going hard after him, which I'll take. And then there's some other corners. Like I might commit a little bit more into Little John, but we need a kicker. So Ezekiel, we're going all in for him. A couple of other guys we're kind of going after. Ty Dury, which he's a power rusher, which I think he's just going to be a defensive end or D tackle. Probably more defensive end with that speed, which is exciting because I think we need to bulk up on the defensive line. Probably going to lose Kona Crum, which stinks because I really liked him. Joe Najun. Looks like we're probably going to land him as well. 85 speed concerns me, but, you know, it is what it is. And then in terms of quarterbacks, Kevin Stern we could potentially get, but, like, you know, Joey Cartel we're going to lose probably. Peter Corner probably going to offer. And then Eduardo, he's just up in the air. One last thing to show you before we start this game. So obviously, you know, we're undefeated. We've had a couple of close calls, like Utah. Then Stanford gave us a little bit of a scare, but not really. It's really just been Utah that's kind of given us the big scare the entire game. And people can argue that, you know, our schedule is a little bit fraudulent because all of our opponents, besides Oregon State, have a winning record. So far, 2-4, 3-3, 3-4, 3-4, 2-4, haven't won a game, 5-2. But the rest of the schedule, we are home at Fresno State, hosting Fresno State, hosting Cal, then a bye. In San Diego State, UNLV, former Mountain West rivals, and then Boise State, which seems like it's going to be a collision of the Pac-12 preview. So we could be facing them twice in the final 3 weeks. So hopefully we can at Allegiant Stadium, but for right now, we got to focus on Fresno State. Reminder for the rest of the season, we are going to be at home. It's going to be huge for our recruiting, but we can't look too far ahead as we are the number 4 team in the country. Right now, we just got to focus on Fresno, take care of business, and continue this winning streak. The crowd is rocking here in Logan, Utah. We're going to start on defense first as the Bulldogs, they're going to get a beautiful pass to the wheel route from their halfback. Pick up of 21. Now with 2 backs set in the backfield. Number 20 goes in motion. Bradley Hopkins was there on stop. The pressure. He was there on the pressure. Bradley was trying to get there. As their tight end's going to break loose to pick up the first. So far, the Bulldogs, even though they're 3-3, they're slowly driving. Tight end in motion, handoff, play action. Down the middle to number 85. As they are slowly driving here. Down to the Utah 27. First handoff. Almost picks up the first there. Devon Rivers there on the 9-yard run. They're going to give it a play action again. Oh, we got lucky there, Sweat. Sweat was there to knock the ball out. Now they're in the wishbone. The triple option. Olave's going to get the stop, and they're going to go for it. They're not. As Fresno State misses the field goal. You gotta be kidding me. Maybe that is why they're 3-3, but we're gonna get the ball. Kobe Eugene gonna get nothing there. This defense allows 13 points per game. The Aggies, Kobe Eugene's gonna pick up about 4. This is going to be 3rd and 6. Beekman is gonna get the first. It's Kobe Eugene. He's going to get the handoff. Kobe Eugene almost picks up 9. Finally, Cottle's going to get his first carry, and he's going to burst to get a few. One of the top rushers in the nation gets his first carry. We're going to give him a second carry. He's going to go up the middle. Gets about 3. 2nd and 7. Dotson, handoff. The guard's gonna pull, gets about 4. This is gonna be 3rd and 3. Moses in motion, the touch pass, great blocks. Moses gonna bounce to the outside, picks up the huge first and then some, gain of 26. First pass for Dotson as we're gonna send a man in motion. Almost, and should have been a pick. Dotson's one of the top guys in interceptions in the league, or in the nation, but Kyle's going to make it 3rd and 2. It's now Cottle's going to try to get it, picks up the first. As Dotson's now going to throw to Kobe Eugene. Kobe Eugene tries to get something, gets 2. Is now at 2nd and 8. Dotson fumbles it. And so far, Utah State has looked very, very sloppy. But look at the quarterback. Making some moves. Gain of 18. Fresno State moving. Angel Daly there, and I don't know who number 85 is, but he is absolutely cooking us. Adams It's always with Adams. Fresno State. Devontae Adams used to go there. Those who don't know, as I'm just going to throw it away. 2nd and 10 now. At the 50-yard line. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a burst right up the middle. Down to the 28, gain of roughly 30 yards. As Fresno State is just moving the ball willy-nilly. The RPO. Bunch of Aggies there, but they're going to get 5. 5 of 8, 70 yards for Mantle. It's going to be a play action. Angel Daly was there, and Tompkins, the freshman, gets cooked. Fresno takes the lead. It should technically be 10-0 Fresno State, but we're not going to talk about that. But Kobe Eugene trying to burst gets 3. It's the first quarter slowly winding down. It seems like it's been all Fresno State because they've had the ball the most. Beekman is going to pick up a good chunk of change. It seems like this is going to be the last play of the first quarter, as Terrell Timms, the JUCO tight end, picks up the first. 1st and 10 at the Aggie 43, play action. Could have been a pick, but no. Did not mean to go in goal line package, but you know what? We're going to do it anyways. Maybe it's going to work. Maybe it won't. But it seems like this offense is very stagnant. Dotson throwing it to Beekman, can't hang on. But we will pin them inside their own red zone at the 14. And they're going to pick up the first and then some. That's who it is, Amir Arrington, one of the top receivers. As J.D. Drew is going to get a tackle, but one of the top receivers in the Pac-12 is killing us. He cooked the freshman. 3rd and 6 now off of the Eric Flowers tackle. We got to see where number 43 is because that seems like his go-to guy. They're going to pick up the first again. As our pass rush, we can't get anything. We can't get any sort of rush. Dillon tries Shepard there on the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 9. We need something. Man in motion. We're going to pick up the first again. Fresno State has the formula right now to beat us. Oh, that should have been a pick. Come on, guys. In the red zone again at the 16. 2nd and 10. Hopkins there, but he throws it away at the last second. Should have been a sack. Which would be there as well. Alright. We have 3 minutes to score. We get the ball at half. Cottle gets stuffed. Dotson. It's going to go underneath to Beekman. Beekman almost picks up the first. I think there's only one way to get out of this funk. That's going to go no huddle. Cottle. He's going to burst, gets the first. Alright, 1st and 10. I think we know what to do. Moses is going to pick up the first, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. We got to get this offense going somehow. What better way than no huddle? Kobe Eugene tries to get something going. Can't. It's going to be 2nd and 8 now. Moses again. Picks up the first. Let's see what we can do before the 2-minute warning. Dotson. Moses can't hang on. Dotson. Moses. He hangs on there. 2-minute warning now. 7. He's sacked. I hate going for it, but it's 4th and 11. We need a big play. Simply no. That was a gutsy call. I know we've been aggressive. Sorry, they're going to call timeout. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a mouse controller issue, keyboard issue. I'm thinking they're going to run. We're going to call timeout. Okay, so it didn't completely bite us in the butt. But still. Ben Thomas, look at that. And just like that, 10-5, touchdown, Aggies. We're back in this ball game. And just like that, we're only down by 3 after that phenomenal play. Palia, no. Couldn't get the sack. I would say that is our biggest issue so far, is QB pressure. Yes, we got a sack. Ooh, whose man is that? Whose man is that? Why are you getting burnt like that? Why are you getting burnt? 1st and 10. Alford's there. 3rd sack of the game for the defense. 2nd and 15, 27 seconds left. No timeout. Hopkins was there. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15. The stadium's getting a little bit loud. We're going to call another timeout. All right. 12 seconds, down by 3. Ben Thomas again, why not? Why not? Let's go. We take the lead. Start off the second half with the ball. Cottle's going to lose a yard, actually. So there's that. But besides those 2 plays, our offense has not really done anything. Cottle, what a beautiful halfback screen pass. It's a good chunk of yards. As it is going to be 3rd and 5 at the 27. Beekman can't hang on. I know, ballsy, but we don't want to give them momentum. And look at that, Dotson's going to slide, move the chains. Longest of 12, you got to do that sometimes. It burnt us once, we're not going to get burnt again. Kobe Eugene, they're really stopping the run, loss of 1. They are basically telling us, hey, ooh, the RPO pass to Saglia, first catch, but 3rd and 9. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now. At the 40. Dotson intercepted. Underthrown. 10th pick of the year for Dotson. As we give Fresno State life again. This is going to be a handoff. It was a fake jet sweep. Palia was there in the game. Only 4. 8 carries, 40 yards for Mr. Rivers. It's going to be 2nd and 6. As Rivers is in motion. They like to run a lot of running back screens. And J.D. Drew, fine tackler. There on the stop. Hopkins was there on the pressure. Hopkins in the backfield gets the sack. 4 sacks for the defense. We have not been playing our best ball, but that doesn't matter. We still have the win. Kobe Eugene. with the carry there. Sorry, we have the lead. Hopefully we get the win. Stotson has Cottle in the backfield. Hand off to Cottle. Cottle tries. Can't break. Now it's an injury timeout. As now it's 3rd and 4. Why not? Can't. Come on. They are just playing tight coverage. I get this is a gamble. And we're not going to get. Okay. Marcus Brooks. We're kind of pulling a Nick Sirianni. I'm not going to lie. / Dan Campbell. We're being maybe a little bit too aggressive. As it might bite us in the butt. Loss of 2. Because regardless, unless we get a huge turnover, they're going to kick 3 and they're only going to be down by 1. Well, Bradley just took him out of field goal range. Deacon Bradley with the weirdest defensive lineman number of all time, number 84. Hopkins was there. Whew. 2 takeaways. Both Dotson errors as Kobe Eugene. He's gonna burst. Gets the first. In a very, very sloppy second half for the Aggies. You had an interception on the opening drive. Cottle's gonna burst. Picks up good yardage. And then on top of that, you had the 4th down conversion not going. But the defense has held their own. Now Kobe Eugene's gonna burst. Picks up good yardage there. As now it's 1st and 10. Marcus Brooks is just showing, why don't we just ground and pound? Kobe Eugene picks up another first. Kind of showing his will, the ground and pound style. Cottle, he's going to pick up 5. Pretty balanced. Both running backs have 11 carries. 30 some odd yards. Fresno's really making us work. Loses a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Dotson gets pressured. We finally punt. We learned our lesson. We're going to punt. Down at the 28. This quarter's slowly winding down. Levels, but if that was us, they would have gotten the fumble. But hey, it is what it is. Kudos to Fresno State. They are putting up an absolute dogfight of a game. Tompkins misses. Davis and Drew are there, but picks up the first. As now 3rd quarter slowly winding down at the 46. It's going to be play action. Sweat can't contain the freshman. Gets another yard or so. As he's had himself a heck of a game. See why he's one of the top dogs in the conference. Oh, Amir Dillon almost got him, but Chase Davis there on the stop. 3rd and 1. The quarter's winding down. The triple option. Daly Shepard in the backfield. You can't make this up. We've roughed the punter. And now it's at the 33. And end of 4th. It's Angel Daly's hurt. They're driving. These are the type of games. These are the type of games where you think it's an easy cupcake win. Polia there on the stop. But these are the type of trap games that will get you. Olave Jr. Let's go. Finally, the defense does something. Okay, let me reiterate. The defense has been doing everything today. But they finally get rewarded with that and drop. As it just has been a struggle. Besides those 2 plays, like I said, nothing but Ben Thomas having himself a career day. 3 catches, 168, 2 touchdowns. Dude's a dog. Cottle breaks a huge one. He's almost up to 50 yards rushing. Dotson, he's going to hand it off to Eugene. Eugene busts open for 5. 12 carries, 63 yards for him as well. They're slowly getting it done. Dotson to Moses. Moses hangs on for that 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 now. Let's see what they can do. Dotson's just going to take off. He's going to run, slide. All right, 1st and 10. Cottle in motion. They read that like a book. Loss of 2. And on top of that, Braylon Dotson's wear and tear is slowly getting to him. But Kobe Eugene gonna make it 3rd and 4. Dotson's been getting banged up the last couple of games. What? Beekman just didn't go after the ball at all. So that was cool. Throwing on the run, but pick up the 1st. That was wild. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 27. Dotson to Seglia. Seglia holds on, picks up 6. He's got some high injuries. He's banged up. Dotson hands off to Eugene. Picks up a couple more. 14 carries at 74 yards. He's having him work. Dotson gets in the end zone. Touchdown. Still a lot of time left in this ball game, but oh, I did not mean to go on Frisk. Okay. I'm going to call no auto. No surprise. Hopkins. There you go. 2-minute warning. At the 48, 2nd and 4. Oh, I don't like the fact that it switches on me like that. Clea and Hopkins were there on the pressure. As it is going to be 3rd and 4 at the 48. I'm thinking it's 4-down territory for Fresno State. And what are you doing, Davis? JD Drew can't tackle him, and they tackle him out of bounds. They just won't go away. A little pain. 1st and 10 at the 18. Jacoby Duncan there. Oh, Chase Davis there on the deflection. They have 8 deflections, but I don't know. You can count that as drops as well for us. It just depends. We're going to pick up the 1st and call timeout. As, again, Fresno State they're not going away quietly. They had the lead. We took it back. I would say for the most part, they've been the dominant team. So they're going to cut the lead now. Come on. Go for 2 right now. And they're going to get it. The onside kick. Who else? Just get down, son. Thank you. You know, dive like that, but we'll take it as 3. They call timeout. Rushing touchdown calls it. Or not rushing touchdown, 1st down. Rushing touchdown would call it, but I'm looking more for a 1st down. I think we're going to go with yield for number 5 because Thomas, look at that, picks up the 1st. Our running backs deserve to get in. They've been dogs today. So is Terrell Timms. But more importantly, our running backs. Cottle tries to get some, nothing. Is this being stats? 305, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception through the air. Completion percentage wasn't great. I don't like that he keeps on throwing picks, but I also understand better competition, whatever. Great game when we needed to. Rushing. Cottle, 19, 70 yards. He really had to fight for every yard. Kobe Eugene, not as much. Dotson, I think the fumble on the first offensive drive really set the tone for this offense. Really struggled, but hey, good teams find ways to win. 192 and 2 touchdowns. Other than that, mid. Beekman had 2 drops. Ben Thomas had a drop, but I think that was more of a deflection. But anyway, yeah. Really, it was just the Ben Thomas show. So shout out to him. He did great. Blocking, 2 sacks. Defense, monster. The offense didn't really help us set up whatnot, but 9 tackles for Chase Davis, 7 for Flowers, tackles for Orleans. Hopkins had 4, including 2.5 sacks. Alfred had 2 and a sack. Daly had 2 and a half a sack, and then Bradley had a sack as well. And Olave had a pick as well. Any deflections, 2 from Sweat, 1 from Daly, 1 from Chase as well. Bob Parrish apparently enjoyed it enough, but we got to commit from him. Hopkins won Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week. Ben Thomas, no surprise, won Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week. So Mr. Bob is 90 acceleration, 89 speed, 62 awareness, 68 play recognition, 70 press, 86 man coverage, 76 zone, 86 change of direction, 64 tackling. Not too shabby. So to quickly wrap up the episode, it seems like Colorado is going to get Roger Beard, which stinks, but hey, it is what it is. We're trying to convince Bobbert to come, not go to Utah. We're trying to flip Beard to come over here as well. We added some running backs. We added Enrique Carver, who is 89 speed, 88 acceleration, 89 agility, 83 juke move, carrying 83 as well. He seems just like a very, very good back out of Dallas, Texas. And then Emmanuel Cash from Salt Lake City, 83 carrying, 80 trucking, 76 break tackle, 88 speed, 89 acceleration. Big boy as well. Hopefully we can land him as well. 'Twas an ugly win, but we are hosting Cal, who was ranked, but I believe they lost. But they're pretty even with us as well. As we take a look at the team schedule, as yes, we are undefeated. It was one of our closer wins, closest win since Utah. But we have Cal and then a bye, and then we host 2-6 San Diego State and 3-4 UNLV for the gigantic matchup of potentially winning the regular season title for Pac-12. And it seems like we're going to face Boise twice in 3 weeks span. But right now, we just got to focus on Cal. Because Cal's a very good team. We've been a little bit sloppy. Braylon Dotson kind of, I don't want to say been playing average, but he's not playing against Mountain West defenses, so he's not completely tearing it up. As we take a look at his numbers compared to last year, yeah. But again, he has a higher completion percentage, just as not as many yards. He hasn't been sacked as much, but I also think he hasn't thrown the ball as much. So there's that. 18. And then we look at rushing. The rushing hasn't been the same. He has 4 fumbles, has no broken tackles at all. He struggled rushing. I think the wear and tear is also getting to him. But yeah, so kind of a little bit of a sophomore slump, but we also have better competition and teams know how to game plan against him. The next episode, we are hosting Cal. Ugly win, but a win is a win. Until next time, you guys have a good one. Peace.